Hello, Namaste. Today I am going to talk about one of the subjects which eludes people. Many people must have realized that why the change does not happen into their life when they know so much, when they have so many understandings about spirituality, about techniques, about life, about relations, inspiring thoughts. But change does not happen. It stays thoughts, and they're desperate to bring change. Here it is very important to understand, to bring change, you have to become a reality, not a thought entity. Change does not happen through thinking, but through energy, through fire, which is the power of you, part of you, which is ignored and it is dormant in you. You live in imagined world of suffering, solutions, futures, past, whereas real aspect of you, which is feeling aspect, sensory aspect, which is plugged into the now, which is your real identity, a feel, not a thought, into the real present. Right now, you have no power to create change, and change is triggered by energy. But energy is getting depleted into unnecessary, practical, useless, impractical, useless thoughts, scenarios, fears, doubts. So, without that fuel, change is not possible. It's like saying that you cannot travel on your car, on your bike without petrol, even though you have maps and designs for it. It doesn't work like that. So we think that having a map, having an idea is enough, but ability to shift to the energy part where your will, your creativity applies a force, an action, a consistency to bring change. You cannot change present, but only hope to bring change in future. But problem is that all you ever got is present, and any change possible is through present, not of future because it does not exist, but that which is present. And change in present means shifting from thinking channel to feeling channel, which is fire, energy, your power, your sensuality, your connection, your feel with the life, not your thoughts about your life. If you change and shift your focus from thinking to feeling the present, your past and future also go through change. Because whatever is your past or future, it is a repetition of your thoughts, an imagined world. When you start to feel your mind, when you start to feel, your mind starts to have real experiences, and they provide and create a center in you which can change, and in fact is changing with life, but your mind never notices. It only resists the change. You are trapped into thinking world, resisting the change. When you apply change with energy and intention, not a conceptual change of imagined problem or imagined outcome. So what is to be done now? That is to shift your center. First, you need to develop in the now your feeling center so that your identity about yourself is that of a process. That means you are a alive energy process which has thoughts, feelings, movements, sensations, and not bottled water or a product as thoughts but a river. People struggle to stop their mind for clarity, which is possible not with struggle with mind, but your entry into feeling zone of life, which is present. Then mind starts to expand, receives new sensations, new inspirations, new subtle pleasures and joys. It gets busy living, not thinking. Because essentially, as a mind, you are seeking to expand. All the chaos in the mind is created because energy in you wants to expand and live, and your whole training is to think and think that this is living. Thinking is an assistance for living, not your living. Your living is enslaved to thinking. Here, major point need to be understood that sensuality of life is what we are trained to overlook, and we are trained to give words and nouns to actual experiences, which makes them dead commodities in the head, the products. We are afraid of our energy, our sexuality, and emotions because they are insecure, wild, they have their own direction and wisdom, which threaten your safety oriented thinking, world of control, and manipulation of energy for fears and greeds of the mind, security of adjusting to other people's expectations. But energy in you, life in you, does not fulfill anybody's expectations. It fulfills its own design, which is to expand. Whereas your mind systems want you to stay where you are, constricted to a system. Feeling will make you sensual and alive. It will connect you with natural wisdom, instinct, and intuition. Instinct is related with the alive, vital body, and intuition is related with the quiet, observing mind. You will feel decisions and actions in your body, energy, and mind. That is true way. Once any message reaches your deeper layers, it triggers change. But we decide according to the surface layer of thinking, which is just 5-10% of you, whereas 90% of your mind is untouched by change, which your thinking is trying to create. So, shifting from thinking to feeling first through body senses, then more deep into your energy mind, to your thoughts, then to your center. As much you are clearing thoughts, emotional stuck up energies by writing and cathartic methods, you need to also start to establish yourself as a process by gathering present energy inputs as your existence, not repeated thoughts. Know yourself, feel yourself through your feelings and senses. This will help you to shift your identity from personality, which is dependent on society, to individuality, which is based into energy and presence of the life. This starts to create a unknown but very intimate belonging. A true I identity, aham, which is not ego identity with name, but alive self, living power, not a thinking noise. This creates charisma into your being, because charisma is nothing but magnetism created by your presence and energy, and creates power into the body and brings clarity into your life, because your energy knows its direction. You came with it as your swadharma, but your mind got confused by education created for future, greed. and fear of life. Whereas you are life, and to be afraid of life is to be afraid of yourself. That is not living, but slow suffocation, which we call living. We live in room of mind with closed doors and windows from the fear of life. Feeling is to open the doors and windows and connect directly with life through senses and vibrations, not through nonsenses of ego mind, the gathered ideas about beauty, about various sensory inputs. We immediately name them. We keeps on boxing our expanding life into words, and we keep losing power because your whole power goes into forming the words, not bringing an active functional change. This will make you feel your energy and used. Your energy and use will make you realize that you're not a boring energy, a mental noise, but a vitality. You will feel your presence. You will start to feel your presence as an electric current. It will increase your wisdom because wisdom is a prana, is a energy generated from actual present frequencies, experiences of life, not through thoughts. Only they give you real wisdom, whereas thoughts give you only intellect. But frequencies and experiences create intuition, a sixth sense. Thoughts give you scattered energy, but intuition wisdom gives you integration and clarity, a focused energy, because present is a focused energy into the present. Your mind is everywhere. Clarity is in perception, not in thinking. Clarity is in mind before thought. Remember, clarity is in the mind before thought. We think it is clarity during thought, which we call awareness, wisdom, knowing, not knowledge. Knowing, experiencing is real knowledge. Information about it comes later as a tool, that's what we are talking about. But otherwise, we're just talking about things, but we have no knowing and experience. Knowledge of self is not informations and answers, but feeling of yourself as presence in the now, which is beyond thinking. It uses thought, but it is not defined by them. This is the most important basic necessity of your being and life. Don't take it lightly. This will change the whole dimension and attitude of your life. Hari Om. Namaste.
Shri Ramachandra Kripa